And one thing I know about the internet is it f*** up the streets.
Yeah. Man, what?
You see what I'm saying? You f*** up the streets. Now you can be whatever you want to be, and it's no test for that.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just say real life street stars. You know what time it is.
Real life street stars. We got a legend in the building. Y'all know what time it is. Parlay in this motherfucker, man.
Yo, what's going on, dog?
Yeah. Real life street star alumni.
Real life street star alumni, man.
For sure.
Hey, I gotta start with this because the last time you came off the Millennium Tour.
Yeah.
That's how we messed with you. Was you on the tour this year? And if so, if not, why not?
We did Atlanta with them. You know what I'm saying? Well, I missed it because it was 4 day. And I had like 7 events to go to. So I did like 4 events that morning. I started at like 8 o'clock in the morning. And by the time 3 or 4 o'clock came, I was like, boy, if I got there and keep going to some more spots, I ain't gonna make it tonight. I need to go to sleep. Man, I fucking around home, went to sleep, boy. My wife woke me up at 10:30. Like,
it's over with.
I've been trying to wake you up. What time you supposed to be leaving? I looked at, you know you roll over, you look at the phone with that one eye. I was like, it's over with.
It's over with.
I was telling them, I missed the whole Millennium Tour. Pimp called me, he said, boy, so you ain't coming? I was like, nigga, I just woke up. These supposed to be coming. Hey, I see y'all nigga at goddamn Palm Beach, partner. You know what I'm saying? But I did the after party, that shit was lit though. You know what I'm saying? But now, we ain't on it this year. You know, that shit be changing up. But I
don't. Man, in the apartments, man, we gotta get an update, man. How's that been going? We seen you been growing the platform. How's that journey been?
Well, it been decent. You know what I'm saying? And I know when I came there last time, I was doing like 6 interviews a day.
Yeah.
Probably like 2-3 times a week. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing it so much. I'm still doing the podcast. It's still going.
That shit burn you out though, talking.
Now I'm gonna tell you what it is. See, y'all got it good.
Yeah.
It's just me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I gotta bounce myself.
Right.
I gotta prep myself up. I gotta self-motivate myself. I ain't got nobody to be like, Parlay, I just had a good day. Well, you had a good day here. Yeah, my shit been fucked up. Like, so it be like, do I keep doing? Then y'all know, for real, on some for real shit. Doing podcasts, for real. Until you get to a point where you become really established, bro, you never in the green.
Right, for sure.
Bro, you do this shit, bro, you gonna be in the red 1 year, 2 years, bro. It got to get going before you can start seeing some green.
We was in the red for like 10 years, bro.
Everybody keeps saying, I'm like, bro, y'all keep talking about, it ain't no, everybody who do podcast do it because you like it.
Right.
Or you got a specific reason why you're doing it, bro. You can't get into podcast for money because you're not going to win, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's very seldom somebody start doing the podcast and that shit just go like that. It don't really happen like that. I've never seen it. It ain't like rap.
Nah.
You just get a podcast, one interview, take you up through the, no, dog. If you want people to keep coming, you got to be consistent. And you ain't never going to be in the green.
I mean, you know, I feel like you did it good because you made it about you. A lot of fall off because they make it about the people they got to talk to. But you just yourself are entertaining. So it's like you'll be able to hold that shit on your own. But it do get crazy trying to do that shit by yourself all day long.
I be using it to drop my stories off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I sit here and keep getting online, keep talking about all my stories and shit, it make you look boastful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got a question now that you are in that lane, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of people that's in the lane now that I consider like quote unquote street. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what is your whole thought process now when you got quote unquote people that done snitched and told and stuff like that? Do you just consider it journalism or will you just stay away from it altogether?
I don't mix the worlds. See, a lot of people mix the worlds.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that shit hard to say with doing this shit, but I don't mix my worlds.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? If I don't fuck with this type of person, I don't fuck with that type of person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. Then I'm at the point that I don't give a fuck what you do. Right. Shit, you talk to 10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 snitches, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna choose who I want to fuck with, who I want to do business with. You know what I'm saying?
Explain that.
Well, when I say when real don't get into it real. Because everything real niggas do is about principles and morals. And when you're a real nigga, everything you do is righteous. You know what I'm saying? We only get on when it's time to get on. And ain't having no problems if it ain't nothing, no ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? So if real niggas, if something happen, first thing they're gonna do is get an understanding. It's the first thing you gotta do. You gotta get an understanding. Now let me see if what I'm thinking is real. You see what I'm saying? After I get an understanding, 9 times out of 10, after you get an understanding, you're gonna know what it is at the understanding point. Cause nigga gonna be like, man, hear that shit you talking about, fuck that shit, nigga, pull up. Or nigga gonna be like, nah, I don't know what you talking about, and then y'all get a chance to communicate that shit through. You see what I'm saying? Real niggas gonna always agree to disagree, part ways, or do business. That's it. That's it. I don't know no real. And then nigga like, yeah, real nigga, yeah, he might be a gangster, he might be a street nigga, he might be a hustler, but he's not a real. You see what I'm saying? Cause like I say, we move on righteousness. You know what I'm saying? If ain't nobody, I give an example. It's a middle street. On this side, niggas on this side. The nigga on the hustle on the street. So now you got some niggas, they coming on this street, these niggas coming on this street. These niggas start getting into it about, nah, they my block now. Now you get into the big homies into it. You know what I'm saying? When the big homies come together, they're gonna be like, hey, what going on? First thing they know, I know this ain't my block. I know it's a vacant block. I know he know this ain't his block. So for him to be trying to say like they shit, he know he dead ass wrong out the muscle for that shit. So ain't nothing to get into it. Right. Hey dog, you know what dog, what we gonna do? We finna beef about this shit? We finna shoot it out for the block? Or we finna make it wait if we get some money on their block? Ain't them two things we can do. Real niggas don't want to beef. We don't have no problem with it. We don't want to beef. When you bring beef, no money. You can't get money beefing. You can't get money hot. You can't fly under the radar when you look for.
Right.
You can't be on the block when you sliding on. You see what I'm saying? So that's the last thing a nigga want. That's the last thing. So nigga be like, you know what? Y'all get money on that side of the street, bro. And we're gonna make all our cars pull up on this side of the street. And we're gonna keep it like that. That's what real nigga do. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you brought that up because, you know, we've entered in this era where there is no big homie, there is nobody. It's like, everything is very reactionary. No discussion, no trying to figure it out. How did we get to that? What happened, you think?
Ain't no leaders.
Ain't no leaders, for sure.
Ain't no leaders. I'm like, and it ain't no leaders because niggas don't breed leaders. Everything that I know and I do, I was bred. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing what I'm doing by mistake. I was taught this shit. You know what I'm saying? So you only as good as your teacher. But the thing about it is, if once you get to it, I told my man this. Nigga ain't never heard this. I can look at him and tell what level he stopped at in his street education.
Oh, you break down the street education levels.
You know what I'm saying? Now we'll go from pre-K to bachelor's to 8 years of college.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? I can tell where his level stopped at based off what you get caught doing.
Mm-hmm.
You got caught, you was saying that on the phone? Oh yeah, you ain't 12th grade. Yeah, you ain't even make it to college. Yeah. You did. Bro, you had the gun in your car? Oh yeah, 8th grade. Yeah, you didn't get to high school with that shit. I could tell. Cause you not putting yourself in certain situations when you get to certain levels. Mm-hmm. So every time I hear any rap say anything, anytime I see something on TV that a did, I know how far he went in his street education. Oh yeah, you're a gangster, but you start that gangster. You never got a chance to be a boss. You never got a chance to play with money. You never got a chance to push it up because you did. You'd have been like, no, sit your ass down. No, that's hot, bro. We ain't do that. We can't get no money over here. You'll know that if you've been through this level. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I understand.
Is there any way that when one person makes it through all those levels that there's actually a chance he can come out of that shit? Or is there still the certainty of either jail or losing their life?
Why did you go from kindergarten, 5th grade, you graduate. You go from 6th grade to 8th grade, then you graduate. Then you go from 9th grade to 12th grade, then you graduate. Then you go from freshman to senior in college, then you graduate. Then you take your bachelor, then you do your master's. All right? After you do that, what's next?
A PhD.
It's nothing else. It's no more education.
Right.
If you keep doing this shit and you keep going at your level, you gonna get to level like, I ain't on that shit, bro. You don't fuck about that shit. Y'all got that shit. I ain't on it, bro. I don't even want to wear no jewelry no more. I don't even go to a Parlay in my hood. I don't even want to go back there. I don't even want the energy. Cause you done graduated now. Yeah, you know, ain't no billionaire talking about going back to the college campus. Only nigga talking about that is a nigga who didn't get a chance to finish college. Like, my college was fun to hell, boy. It's levels to this shit, boy. And if you see the levels, you can look at a nigga and be like, yeah, you ain't make it that far. Yeah, you only know so much. You just really good at what you do. You see what I'm saying?
So how would you break down, like, you know, outside looking in, we looking at the whole Atlanta situation and just everything that's been going on. What would you attribute that to? You know, you got
social media.
Got you.
Social media, bro. Everybody wants to show what they can do or what they got. They ain't even get a chance. They got past the elementary school. Them all the people not speaking just paralleling with the street education.
Right.
That shit got past the elementary school. You see what I'm saying? Them the folks that got past the elementary school, cause that's the first that's the first thing. Like, if you wanna do something to be something, you gotta take the first steps you take gotta be what it is. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing you would talk when you get money is, don't let nobody know you got no money. The leeches, the robbers, your family. Now you can't grind in peace. Cause now you got too many distractions. You saying no too much, do this. You know what I'm saying? When you get money, when you ain't getting money, nobody ask you for nothing. Cause they think you broke. So you're able to move how you able to move. You see what I'm saying? Right. Social media now has it up because these young don't want to listen. Because everybody want to be more than what they are. You know why? Because the internet can say you is. Because you made a post and you had 10 people say, oh boy, yeah, you this. Bitch, you fine as hell. That's your Instagram model.
Right.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Starz. Move. Hey.